Norway in 2025. You've seen it, right? The pictures on Instagram are absolutely mind-blowing. Stunning fjords that carve through the earth like ancient scars, vibrant green valleys under a sky that never seems to end, and those iconic, colourful wooden houses clustered together in postcard-perfect villages. It's a country that markets itself as a utopian dream, a place where nature isn't just a backdrop, it's a way of life. Every travel blogger, every influencer, they all paint the same picture. A land of unparalleled beauty, pristine air and happy, healthy people hiking up majestic mountains. It truly looks like the last pristine corner of the world, a place untouched by the chaos of modern life. And honestly, a lot of that is true. From the promise of world-class free healthcare to an education system that is the envy of many nations, Norway sounds like the ultimate life upgrade. People talk about the incredible work-life balance, where leaving the office at 4 o'clock isn't just accepted, it's expected. They talk about a society built on trust, safety and equality, where you can leave your laptop on a cafe table without a second thought. It's sold as a package deal. Come for the breathtaking landscapes of places like Lofoten and Trolltunga and stay for a quality of life that feels almost too good to be true. It really does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But today we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to go beyond the filtered photos and the tourist brochures to talk about the full reality of what it means to actually live here day in and day out in 2025. This isn't a travel vlog showing you the highlights over a weekend. This is a deep dive into the real, unvarnished truth of daily life in Norway. We're going to explore the things people don't often talk about, the crushing cost of living that can make your wallet weep, the relentless climate that tests your mental fortitude, and the subtle yet powerful culture shocks that can leave you feeling like an outsider in your own neighborhood. So, before you start learning Norwegian on Duolingo, before you start packing your warmest sweaters and dreaming of seeing the northern lights from your window, I need you to watch this video to the very end. This isn't about scaring you away, it's about preparing you. The information we're about to cover could genuinely change your decision about moving to this incredible yet incredibly challenging country. What you're about to hear is the unfiltered experience, the good, the bad, and everything in between. This is the real truth about living inside Norway. The first thing that hits you when you move to Norway is the cost of living. And nowhere is this more obvious than the grocery store. A simple loaf of bread can set you back $5 or $6. Eggs, cheese, even fresh berries. Everything feels like a luxury. A basic weekly grocery run for one person can easily surpass what a family might spend elsewhere. Why so expensive? High wages, strong agricultural protections, and import tariffs all drive up prices. The result? A grocery bill that can be truly staggering. Then comes housing. In cities like Oslo, rent for a small apartment can eat up a huge chunk of your salary, and competition is fierce. Even getting around isn't cheap. Public transport is efficient, but far from affordable, and owning a car is a luxury. And yes, taxes are high. It can be a shock to see a third or more of your paycheck gone. But here's the trade-off. Those taxes fund world-class healthcare, free education, and a strong social safety net. You pay more, but you get more. Peace of mind, security, and a society that values collective well-being. For many, that's a price worth paying for paradise. In Norway, the weather, and especially the darkness, presents a challenge you can't solve with money. Winter here is long, cold, and most of all, dark. In the north, the sun disappears for months. This Mørketid, the dark time, means weeks without direct sunlight. The darkness can drain your energy and mood, sometimes leading to seasonal affective disorder. Norwegians fight back with koselig, coziness, filling homes with candles, warm blankets, and good company. Vitamin D and light therapy lamps help too, and outdoor activity never stops, even in the dark. Then summer brings the opposite, the midnight sun. In the north, the sun never sets and night disappears. People hike and celebrate at all hours, soaking up the endless light. But sleeping is tough. Blackout curtains and eye masks become essential. No matter the season, Norwegians say there's no bad weather, only bad clothing. Layering up and embracing the outdoors is a way of life. By embracing the elements, you discover the true spirit of Norway and a deeper appreciation for its wild, beautiful nature. So you've braced yourself for the prices, bought a good vitamin D lamp, and now you're ready to find a place to live. Easy, right? Well, this is where the real adventure begins. Finding housing in Norway, especially in cities like Oslo or Bergen, is a competitive sport. The moment a decent listing goes live on fin.no, the clock starts ticking. You have to be ready to act fast, crafting the perfect message, scanning your documents, and clearing your schedule for a group viewing or visning. At the viewing, you'll shuffle through a small apartment with dozens of others, all hoping to stand out to the landlord. If you're lucky enough to get the place, congratulations. But get ready for steep rent and a 3-month deposit paid up front. Don't forget utilities. Heating and electricity can add up, especially in winter. And when you move out, expect a deep, meticulous cleaning. Many hire professionals just to get their deposit back. Now, welcome to Norwegian bureaucracy. For newcomers, the paperwork and waiting times can feel endless. Each step, residence permit, D number, bank account, depends on the last. And delays are common. Online expat forums and Facebook groups become your lifeline, sharing tips and support for navigating the system. In Norway, you learn to plan ahead, stay organized, and accept that some things just take time. So, you're finally settled in your new apartment, ready to make friends. But here's where many newcomers face the biggest challenge. The social landscape in Norway is very different from many other places. Norwegians are often described as reserved and private. Small talk with strangers isn't common, and it can feel like there's an invisible wall. You might smile at someone and get a blank look, or try to chat and receive polite but brief answers, but it's not personal. Norwegians value privacy, and friendships form slowly, often through shared activities. That's why joining clubs, teams, or organizations is essential. Shared activities are the key to meeting people and building real connections. Once you're inside a social circle, Norwegians are warm, loyal, and genuine friends. Still, it can feel isolating at first, especially since many Norwegians have lifelong friend groups. If you love the outdoors, joining the Norwegian Trekking Association is a great way to meet like-minded people. Learning Norwegian is also important. Even though most people speak English, using Norwegian shows respect and helps you connect on a deeper level. Dating in Norway is also more reserved. Things progress gradually, often through casual hangouts rather than formal dates. Gender equality is central. Women often initiate, and splitting the bill is expected. It might feel slow, but once you're in, you'll find authentic friendships and relationships built on shared experiences. We've talked about the challenges of living in Norway, but now let's look at the good side. Why do people fall in love with Norway? It starts the second you look out your window. Nature here isn't just a place you visit. It's your backyard, your gym, your therapy. Majestic fjords, towering mountains, and ancient forests are part of daily life. This connection to the outdoors, called friluftsliv, is a core part of Norwegian identity. Your weekends are about kayaking, skiing, or chasing the northern lights. There are accessible trails, parks, and places for everyone to enjoy, no matter your fitness level. In many countries, work is everything. But Norway flips that script. Work-life balance is real here. Offices empty out at 4 p.m. and people go home to family, hobbies, and nature. You get 5 weeks of paid vacation plus generous parental leave and public holidays. Norway is one of the safest countries in the world, with low crime and a strong sense of trust. High taxes fund world-class healthcare, free education, and public services for everyone. It's a place where you can raise a family with confidence and enjoy a high quality of life. For many, these benefits make the challenges of living in Norway a price well worth paying. So, after everything we've talked about, the good, the bad, the dark, and the beautiful, we come to the big question: is moving to Norway in 2025 the right choice for? Let's break it down. Norway is an absolute dream destination for a specific type of person. If you are a nature lover, an outdoor enthusiast who feels most alive with hiking boots on your feet and fresh, clean air in your lungs, then this country is calling your name. If the idea of weekend trips to majestic fjords, skiing adventures, and evenings spent under the northern lights sounds like paradise, you will thrive here. The natural world isn't just a backdrop in Norway, it's the main event. This country is also perfect for families and for individuals who are craving a better work-life balance. If you are tired of the rat race of working 60-hour weeks with little time for yourself or your loved ones, Norway will feel like a revelation. It's for people who want to prioritize their well-being, their mental health, and their family time. If you believe in a society that provides a strong safety net, with excellent public healthcare and education, and you're willing to contribute to that system through taxes, you will appreciate the social contract here. It's for those who value security, stability, and a society that takes care of its people from cradle to grave. Furthermore, if you are a patient and independent person, you will find it easier to adapt. Life here requires a certain level of self-sufficiency, especially when it comes to building a social life. If you are comfortable with solitude, enjoy your own company, and are proactive about joining clubs or activities to meet people, you can overcome the social hurdles. It's for people who are looking for deep, meaningful connections, rather than a wide circle of casual acquaintances. If you have a skill that is in demand, particularly in sectors like tech, engineering, or healthcare, your transition will be much smoother, both professionally and financially. Ultimately, Norway is for the person who has done their research. It's for the person who understands the trade-offs. You know it will be expensive. You know the winters will be dark. You know making friends will take effort. But for you, the positives, the unparalleled nature, the incredible work-life balance, the safety and the high quality of life far outweigh the negatives. If you see the challenges not as deal breakers, but as part of the adventure of adapting to a new and rewarding way of life, then yes, packing your bags for Norway in 2025 could be the best decision you ever make. On the flip side, it's just as important to be honest about who might find life in Norway incredibly difficult. This country is definitely not for everyone, and it's better to know that now than after you've made the move. If you are someone who thrives on constant sunshine and warm weather, the Norwegian climate will be a serious, relentless challenge. We're talking about long, dark winters where you might not see the sun for months. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It can lead to seasonal affective disorder and a genuine decline in your mental well-being. If you can't imagine life without a warm, sunny beach nearby, you need to think very, very carefully. If you are a highly spontaneous and extroverted person who loves a bustling, chaotic social scene, you might feel isolated here. The reserved nature of Norwegians means you can't just strike up conversations with strangers on the street or expect to be invited to a party after meeting someone once. Building a social circle takes time, patience, and a lot of proactive effort. If you need constant social stimulation and get your energy from a large, vibrant group of friends, the quiet and slow-paced social culture could feel lonely and frustrating. It requires a fundamental shift in how you approach making connections. Financially, if you are moving without significant savings or a secure, well-paying job lined up, you will face immense pressure. The cost of living is no joke. The initial setup costs, securing an apartment deposit, buying winter clothing, furnishing your home, are substantial. If you're coming from a country with low taxes, the high Norwegian tax rate might feel punishing even if you understand the benefits it funds. If you're someone who loves to eat out frequently, enjoys shopping for bargains, and has a lifestyle that involves a lot of consumer spending, you'll find your budget stretched to its absolute limit here. Finally, if you are someone who is impatient with bureaucracy and expects things to happen quickly, the Norwegian system will test your sanity. From getting your residence permit to opening a bank account, processes can be slow, methodical, and sometimes confusing. There's a specific way of doing things, and you have to follow the steps precisely. If you have a low tolerance for rules, paperwork, and waiting, you will find the integration process incredibly stressful. Norway rewards patience and planning. It can be tough for those who prefer to figure things out as they go. So, what's the final verdict on moving to Norway in 2025? It's not a simple yes or no. The decision is deeply personal and depends entirely on your personality, your priorities, and your expectations. Norway is not a utopia. It is not a magical kingdom where all your problems disappear. It is a real country with real challenges, from the high cost of living to the social learning curve and the demanding climate. To ignore these realities would be a huge mistake. You must go in with your eyes wide open, fully aware of the trade-offs you're making. It's a place that asks a lot from you, both financially and mentally. However, for the right person, the rewards are immeasurable. What you get in return for those challenges is a quality of life that is difficult to match anywhere else in the world. You get a society that values your time, your health, and your well-being. You get to live in a country that is breathtakingly beautiful, safe, and stable. You get the opportunity to raise a family in a child-friendly environment with fantastic support systems. It's a calculated decision, a trade-off. You trade high costs for high-quality public services. You trade sunshine for spectacular northern lights. You trade social spontaneity for deep, loyal friendships. My advice is this: be brutally honest with yourself. Write down a list of your non-negotiables. What do you truly need to be happy? Is it sunshine and a low cost of living, or is it safety, nature, and work-life balance? There is no right or wrong answer. If you are an adventurer at heart, someone who sees challenges as opportunities for growth, and if the values of Norwegian society, equality, trust, and a connection to nature resonate with you on a deep level, then the difficulties will be hurdles you can overcome on the path to a fulfilling life. Before you make any final decisions, I strongly recommend visiting, preferably in the winter. Experience the darkness and the cold firsthand. See if you can handle it. Talk to other expats who have made the move. Learn from their experiences, both good and bad. A move to Norway is not something to be taken lightly. It's a major life decision that requires thorough research and self-reflection. It's not about finding a perfect place, but about finding the place that is perfect for you, flaws and all. And for some of you watching, that place just might be Norway. So there you have it, the real, honest truth about what it's like to live inside Norway in 2025. We've covered the sticker shock of the prices, the long, dark winters, the slow process of making friends, and the sometimes maddening bureaucracy. But we've also explored the other side of the coin, the jaw-droppingly beautiful nature that becomes your playground, the incredible work-life balance that gives you your time back, and the deep sense of safety and equality that underpins the entire society. It's a country of stunning contrasts, a place of high demands and even higher rewards. The key takeaway from all of this is that Norway isn't for everyone, and that's okay. It's a country that requires patience, resilience, and a genuine love for the great outdoors. It will test you. But if your values align with what this country offers, if you're seeking a quieter, safer, and more balanced way of life, then it might just be for you. The challenges, while significant, can become part of a rich and rewarding journey of adaptation. It's about finding beauty in the quiet moments and strength in the face of a winter storm. If this video helped you get a clearer picture of life here and helped you in your decision-making process, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And for more honest guides on life in Scandinavia and beyond, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. I want to hear from you, so drop a comment down below. After hearing all of this, would you move to Norway in 2025? Let me know your thoughts, your fears, your excitement. Let's talk about it. And one last thing, before you even think about booking a one-way ticket, you absolutely need to be prepared for the financial side. That's why I made a whole separate video, diving deep into the numbers. It's called Hidden Costs in Norway, and you can check it out right here. Seriously, watch that next. It covers the expenses that nobody talks about and could save you thousands. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.